Beginning of the 4 p.m. turn, the Austrian cav failed in its attack on the Prussian cav. What little they did. The Austrian cav is much weaker than one would hope to be making attacks. However, the infantry surged around and captured some guns and pretty much has knocked out Frederick's position. In terms of morale, both armies were automatically demoralized. Neither one's broken yet, but it looks like the Prussian army's gone. We'll see what happens, but it does not look at all good. Midway through the 4 p.m., Prussian cav managed to beat off its surrounding Austrian cav. Then it chased him up trying to do a follow-through sweeping charge and didn't get around to it. On the other hand, the artillery blew away quite a few of the Austrian troops surrounding them, although Frederick's own command was routed out of there. Seems a little weird that the infantry routes away, but that's the way I'm reading the rules, at least. The rest of the Prussian cav pulled back, and these guys are trying to make it back across the river, but having trouble. Beginning of the 5 p.m. turn, both armies are irretrievably broken. Get the casualties lined up here. I pulled all the fatigue markers off because they mean nothing anymore. The Prussian cav here beat off all those cav in an amazing show of honor. And the rest of the Prussian cav is up here. The Prussian infantry is gone, as are the artillery. The idea here is just to try to get off the map at this point. So I'm calling it here at 4 p.m. Battle time's almost over. I ran through the quick victory points. Austrians have 51, Prussians pulled 40. Now, by the scenario itself, because both armies are broken, it's counted as a marginal Austrian victory. Neither army has better morale. However, the amount of casualties that the Austrians managed to inflict, I would say, even though the Austrians are in no position to relieve Prague, they did come out significantly better than what's left of that Prussian cav. There's still a reasonable Austrian army which can be reformed. I would say the amount of losses that the Prussians took comparatively puts them in a position where they really suffered a loss here. But the victory was definitely a Pyrrhic one for the Austrians, just because their army is also not in anywhere near good shape. I kind of enjoyed the bloodbath, although I think it feels like the Prussian army should have tried to leave earlier, just almost automatically, in the sense. I don't feel like the morale levels adequately reflected what would have happened in a battle. Now, it's really hard to disengage in this game. That's one of the problems. But I think that Prussian army should have pretty much broken automatically a lot earlier than it did. All the same, I had a bit of fun. I'm still tossing up whether or not to play, what is it? Karzim, which is named after this little walled town here, which would be sort of the focal point of a Prussian defense if the Austrians attacked. The Austrians will have more troops if they do so. I don't know. We'll see. Part of me wants to just push on to the next real battle, but part of me says, it would be kind of interesting to see the Austrians on the attack against the Prussian army, although they will have more troops, and as we see, what they had seemed sufficient anyhow. All right, until next time.